The camera never sees it coming. 1 second, Jax is still. The next, he explodes. A full steel barrel sails across the enclosure, slamming into the far fence with a deafening clang. Visitors scream. The glass vibrates as a 400-pound silverback charges toward it, fists pounding, teeth bared, chest heaving with fury. Maya Rivera drops her clipboard and bolts for the enclosure controls. "Lock perimeter now," she yells. Jax throws a second object, an enrichment crate, so hard it splinters against the rock wall. Eric Dalton, crouched behind the camera rig, keeps rolling. "Get this, don't stop," he whispers to his assistant. Jax turns toward the viewing glass. The crowd scatters, parents pulling children, phones raised, adrenaline spiking. But Maya isn't watching them. She's watching him. He's not posturing. He's not performing. He's remembering. "Back everyone up!" Maya shouts again, but her voice is drowned by the sound of Jax's fists slamming the reinforced glass in rhythmic violence. His eyes, dark and wide, lock onto something, or someone, beyond the lens. Then he freezes. Silence falls. For one long, breathless second, he simply stares at the crowd. His nostrils flare, fingers twitch. Then, slowly, deliberately, Jax lifts his arms. Hands curl into familiar shapes. It's not rage. It's language. "Wait," Maya whispers. Her eyes widen. "He's signing?" Jax's signs are sharp, jagged, frantic. Tree, mother, blood, run, cry, hide. Eric lowers his camera. What the hell is he saying? Maya doesn't answer. She can't. Her voice is caught in her throat. Jax huffs once. Deep, guttural. He steps forward and places one hand on the glass. His massive palm dwarfs the smudged barrier. With his other, he signs one final message. I remember. Then he roars. His fists crash into the glass so hard it shudders. A child shrieks nearby. Caleb, frozen by the gate, flinches and drops the keys. Behind the camera, Eric finally stops filming. Did you get that? Maya breathes. Eric nods slowly. Every frame. Security rushes in, radios blaring. Jax retreats to the far wall, pacing. His chest still heaves, but the violence has passed, the fury redirected. Maya steps away from the crowd and stares at the glass. Jax is still watching them, watching her. He doesn't blink. He saw something, she says quietly. Eric turns to her. What did that mean? That sign? She swallows hard. It wasn't random. That was a memory. The zoo enters emergency lockdown. Visitors ushered out. Enclosure sealed. Keepers scrambling. But Maya stays behind, eyes locked on the silverback. Jax sinks to the floor. His breathing slows. One hand stays pressed to the glass. A storm is coming, and he was the one to announce it. Rain spatters the enclosure glass as the zoo sits in lockdown. The crowd is gone, but the tension lingers like fog. Inside, Jax hasn't moved for hours. He sits in the corner, face half-shadowed, muscles twitching under his thick coat of fur. Maya watches him from the control booth, arms folded, lips pressed tight. He's still signing, she murmurs. The monitors flicker with grainy footage, Jax curled inward, slowly repeating hand shapes with eerie precision. Tree, gun, blood, cry, mother. The same sequence, again and again and again. I've seen trauma, but never like this, says Dr. Lewis, the zoo's behaviorist, reviewing the clips beside her. It's not a tantrum, it's a narrative. Down in the enclosure, Caleb kneels near the viewing window with a tablet loaded with ASL videos. He watches Jax sign, mirrors the gestures, then looks back for a reaction. Jax pauses, blinks, then signs again, slower this time. Mother, gun, tree, hide. Caleb gasps. He's correcting me. Keep recording, Maya says into her radio. Every movement. Later that night, Maya sits in the staff lounge, reviewing footage. Her fingers trace Jax's motions frame by frame. She writes each word down, pairing it with older sign charts from Jax's juvenile training records. Her pen stops. A match. The exact sign sequence appears in a forgotten file, an enrichment video from 15 years ago. Baby Jax, trembling behind a tree stump in a Congo rehabilitation camp, making the sign for Mother while clutching a bloodied blanket. Maya covers her mouth. He's telling the same story, she whispers. The next morning, Maya enters Jax's enclosure with a protective barrier in place. She kneels near the gate with a laminated chart of ASL flashcards. "You remember," she says softly. "You remember everything." Jax approaches, slow, deliberate. His hand hovers over the card for Mother, then slides to blood. He sits back, chest rising with heavy, steady breath. "He's stuck in it," Maya says, "like he's looping through the worst day of his life." Eric joins them, camera slung low. People online are already calling him the Witness Gorilla. "You see the views on the video?" "I'm not here for views," Maya snaps. "He's not performing. He's reliving trauma." Back at the booth, Dr. Lewis plays a recently unearthed clip from the rescue archive. It's short. A baby gorilla sits beside his mother's body, surrounded by rangers. A scarred tree looms above them. The same one Jax signs over and over. It's not projection, it's proof. By nightfall, the team confirms the signs match the documented rescue location. Everything from the felled tree to the rifle shell casing found nearby. Maya feels her stomach twist. Jax isn't just remembering, he's testifying. The footage is clear. 1 hour before the outburst, a man in a red windbreaker lingers at Jax's enclosure. He doesn't look like the others. No photos, no laughter, just stillness. Watching. Maya scrubs through the surveillance frame by frame. "There," she says, freezing the shot. The man stands only feet from the glass, his eyes locked on Jax. In the next clip, Jax is calm. Then nothing. A gap. Seconds later, chaos. "What triggered him?" Dr. Lewis asks. "Not what," Maya replies. "Who?" They trace the man through the zoo's security cameras. East path, reptile house, main gate. No incident, no ID. He pays cash, walks out, gone. He was only in primates, Caleb says, reading the movement logs. That's it. The realization spreads like smoke. Jax didn't just react to memory, he responded to someone. A presence. That night, Maya watches Jax from behind the observation barrier. He's seated upright, legs folded, hands moving with slow precision. Gun, tree, cry, hide. But there's something new, a different sign. Repeated, sharp. She checks the sign chart. It means voice. Then another, sound. She turns to Caleb. He didn't see the man. He heard him. Jax's ears twitch at the sound of Maya's voice. He looks toward the barrier. Then signs again. Mother, voice, gone. The next day, Eric runs the raw mic audio from the documentary shoot through enhanced filters. After isolating ambient sound, he freezes. I've got something. In the background, layered beneath the voices and wind, a low whistle, a descending 3-note pattern. They run it against audio archives. It matches. 15 years ago, rangers reported that poachers in the eastern Congo used distinctive whistled commands to communicate silently in the jungle. The pattern? 3 descending tones, same whistle, same cadence. Maya's throat tightens. He heard it again, and it took him back. Down in the enclosure, Jax is motionless, but his fingers still twitch, signing unconsciously. The trauma isn't fading, it's deepening. Dr. Lewis delivers the verdict. This isn't episodic memory, it's associative trauma. He heard a sound. His brain didn't interpret it, it relived it. Maya sighs. He's not just remembering the moment. He thinks it's happening again. By dusk, Eric uploads a silent cut of Jax's signing online. No narration, just the gorilla reliving his worst day in perfect silence. Within hours, it's viral. One commenter writes, "He remembers the sound of murder." The next morning, Jax wakes before sunrise. He sits by the glass, watches the gate, waits. Like he's expecting someone to come back. The silence of Jax's video doesn't quiet the world, it detonates it. Within 12 hours, the clip racks up 3 million views. By morning, #JaxRemembers trends globally. News anchors whisper about it, celebrities repost it, wildlife foundations beg for an interview. But Maya refuses them all. He's not a story, she tells a producer. He's a survivor. Outside the zoo, candles and handwritten notes pile up along the fence. Someone leaves a stuffed gorilla with a paper tag that reads, "For your mother." The gates are closed, but the world is watching. Jax doesn't care about the cameras. He sits near the viewing glass every morning, hands still, eyes alert, waiting, watching. Inside the zoo, the staff debates what to do next. We either hide from it, Eric says, or we show people what it means. Maya agrees, but on one condition. No voiceover, no edits, just him. Let them see what grief looks like when there's no translator. They gather in the briefing room. Dr. Lewis prepares the presentation. The video plays. Jax, alone in his habitat, moves through the signs. Tree, mother, blood, hide, cry, gone. Then something new. He curls inward, arms wrapped around himself. His body rocks gently, then stops. He signs, "Gone." The room falls silent. Eric leans back. That was morning. The zoo schedules a press event. For the first time, Jax's story is told not by a human voice, but by his own hands. Cameras flash. Reporters weep. Maya steps forward holding a tablet that replays the archive footage from Jax's rescue. The tiny infant beside his mother's body, the fallen tree, the silence. This is the same sequence he signs every day. This isn't imitation, it's memory. That night, the world responds. Donations pour in for anti-poaching units. Petition signatures skyrocket. Global conversations ignite around animal trauma, grief, and intelligence. Debates break out in living rooms and newsrooms. And through it all, Jax says nothing. He just keeps returning to the glass. At sunrise, Maya visits the enclosure alone. Jax rises and walks to her. No chaos, no sound, just stillness. She raises her hand slowly and signs, "Safe." Jax mirrors the motion. His hand trembles. Then he turns away and retreats into the brush. Later that night, Eric edits the second video. It contains no subtitles, no narration, just Jax's sequence. One reporter titles it, "The Day the World Saw a Gorilla Grieve." Maya clicks play and cries. 3 weeks pass. The zoo reopens, the crowds return. But Jax is different now, and so is everyone who sees him. He no longer signs in frantic bursts. His motions are slower, fewer, as if the weight has shifted from something unbearable to something simply real. A new exhibit placard sits beside his enclosure. It reads, "JAX Witness Survivor, Memory Dot." People pause longer now. Some cry, some kneel by the glass, mirroring his hand through the barrier. Others just watch in silence. In the staff hallway, Maya scrolls through an overflowing inbox. Journalists, scientists, primatologists, even survivors of trauma reaching out, saying they recognized themselves in Jax's grief. One message stands out. It's from a retired ranger in eastern Congo. He writes, "I was there the day we found the baby gorilla. We thought he wouldn't survive the night. We didn't know he was watching everything." Maya wipes her eyes. Later that afternoon, Jax sits beneath the artificial fig tree in his habitat. Caleb brings in a new enrichment puzzle, color-coded blocks for sign learning. Jax ignores them. Instead, he walks to the glass, sees a little girl watching him. She presses her palm to the window. Jax raises his own hand, matches her palm with his. Then signs, "Safe." The girl smiles. Her mother begins to cry. That night, a final meeting is held in the zoo's education wing. Dr. Lewis, Maya, Caleb, and Eric sit with officials from wildlife protection agencies. A large screen displays a map of poaching hotspots, layered with donations now funding rangers, drones, and protected zones. What happened with Jax changed more than we thought, the official says. It didn't just tell a story. It forced people to feel it. Eric nods. Grief crossed species. Outside, under dim lights, a vigil burns. Hundreds gather with signs. Stop poaching now. Animals, remember. Justice for Jax. Jax isn't watching the crowd tonight. He's resting in his cave, curled against the far wall, a blanket from Maya beside him. In a rare move, the zoo decides to retire Jax from public display for a month. A new program will begin. Silent viewings, no noise, no crowds. Just presence. The final video is uploaded 2 days later. It's short. No title, no intro. Just Jax at sunrise, walking slowly into the open. He sits, looks straight into the lens, and signs, "I am here." The clip reaches 50 million views in a week. And while no arrest is ever made, the face of poaching changes. Governments take notice, laws are drafted, enforcement increases, funding flows. But more than that, hearts change. In homes around the world, children learn the word trauma. Adults speak about memory. Conservation groups shift messaging from facts and fear to feeling and story. And in the middle of it all is a gorilla who once watched his mother die. Now he lives not in silence, but in purpose. Maya visits him one evening, alone, after hours. She doesn't bring cameras or cards, just sits with him by the glass. Jax leans forward, expression soft. He doesn't sign anything. He doesn't need to. Because for the first time since his story began, he simply sits in peace. Jax didn't speak our language, but he told the world a story we'll never forget. A story of memory, of grief, of truth, all told, without a single word. If this story moved you, share it. Let others see what pain looks like when it has no voice. Support anti-poaching efforts. Learn about trauma in animals. And above all, never underestimate what a survivor remembers. Like, comment, and subscribe for more true stories that prove animals feel more than we ever knew.